Hey guys, what's up? It's Bone here. I do apologize about not uploading videos for several days, but I've been busy painting some rooms in my house and getting ready to go back to campus for my next semester. So, as of today, I actually just figured out on my way back from coffee with a friend that I will not be having a roommate next semester. He just didn't like college that much, so he's going to move on to whatever he chooses next in his life. So, I respect him for that, and I wish him the best, and I've already told him that. Anyway, guys, so also, I would like to talk about what's coming up with the new Battlefield, because I think it was at the CES that and also through Twitter, some DICE employees have admitted that they have been working on the new Battlefield game for the next Battlefield series. And there's a little bit of information out on it, but there's not that much. So I'm going to kind of talk about what I know about that at this point. And also, I've kind of learned some of this stuff from Jack Fragg's video, but I also did some research on my own to find some of this out. So without further ado, guys, let's talk about what the next Battlefield 4 or Battlefield franchise game will be like. The employees that are working on the project have said that it's going to be military-based, so it's not going to be this cops and robbers stuff that they did with Hardline that was obviously an epic failure of an experiment. As you can see how Hardline has declined in popularity on consoles and PC. Consoles, it's still kind of strong, but PC, it's pretty much dead. So that was a big screw-up on their end. But so they've not said what it's going to be on, but there are several possibilities. And my number one hope is that it is actually on World War II, because we haven't seen a good graphics World War II game in a while. Like, you know how beautiful Battlefield 4 was when it came out originally. Think of that, but a World War II theme with all the levolution and destruction and stuff, where you can create your own paths. Now, I don't think that EA and DICE need to create a lot of gimmicky things like the massive skyscraper going down on Siege of Shanghai, but it would be cool to have a few buildings go down. But really, Levolution's only cool for like the first one or two times, and it's just like, okay, you just changed the terrain, and now we have a different way to fight. So I would say that that's a different thing, and I think that they don't need all the Levolution that they included. I would say being able to make your own paths through like a wall in a house or something would be plenty to make the game good. But so World War II theme would be my number one hope, because it would be absolutely beautiful on the Frostbite 3 engine. And EA and DICE have said that they have fixed a lot of the legacy issues that have happened with the Frostbite engine throughout Battlefield 4 and Battlefield Hardline. So, for most part, they've fixed a lot of those issues. Netcode they have pretty much resolved for the most part, other than a few small issues here and there. But netcode is always a thing that's going to be a topic in updates and in the gaming world, because you can never have perfect netcode, is what it seems like. I don't know if that's true that you can't, but anyway, so let's move on to the next possibility. So the next possibility is World War I, that a lot of people probably, if they do that title, they'll buy it, but it doesn't seem like, when I think of World War I think of trench warfare, kind of just shooting back and forth, and dark gray times, biplanes, and old technology, turn of the century technology with 1800s tactics. So I would think that a World War I theme wouldn't be the best option, but if they advertise it right and the game is actually good and it's not just shooting back and forth across trenches, I would say that that could be a possibility. But doing a multiplayer trench-based sounds like, just to me off the top of my head when I picture it, would just be horrible. It'd just kind of be like spawn camping at one point maybe. I don't know. I don't think a World War I theme would be good, but the other possibility is Modern War, because, like, the Modern War titles, they've had so many recently. They've had Battlefield 2, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, and Call of Duty's done Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, and so I don't think that, like, a modern-day war is really the right thing, because that series, or that kind of line, is getting kind of tired out at this point, because as you see, like, there's a lot of modern war titles, and there's a lot of inexpensive games on Steam that are modern war, like, for example, Squad, it's $40 right now, so it's less than a full AAA title, but I would say that it is plenty worth the money, because if you're looking for a realistic game. But, so the other possibility is near future, so maybe 50, 60 years in the future, so once technology's kind of evolved from assault rifles to whatever it is in the future, that could be interesting, but I don't know if that would be, like, a viable title, because, like, we've seen some somewhat futuristic technology in the Battlefield 4 Final Stand DLC, like the hover tanks, the railgun, and the drone that can fly around and shoot people. There's all those cool new technologies, and that might be a setup for this coming Battlefield. So it might be a futuristic, but not like 2142 style. But, so that's another possibility. Now, the last possibility that I'm thinking is Battlefield 2143. So as we all know, there is a Battlefield 2142 that is a old title. But, I don't know, like, I don't think that would be the best option, because, like, maybe a near future would catch on, a little bit better than a far future, because, like, we don't know exactly where it's going to be in the far future, and so, honestly, like, it might just be, like, a revamp of 2142 if they do that. Maybe a few new weapons, but reskinned, basically higher graphics and stuff like that, maybe some new maps, but that's pretty much all I can get from a far future one like 2143 that could be a possibility. Now, a very slim possibility would like be Vietnam or Korean War, but I don't know, like that doesn't seem like it would be a very viable option at this point. I don't know, it could be, but it doesn't seem like it will be. There's not been much hint towards a Vietnam era game coming out anytime soon, even though that would be very beautiful. But also, if they do like the kind of graphics they did on the jungle map on Battlefield 4, you'd need a very powerful system to run that with good frame rate at ultra settings, just because the fact that the jungle map is dense. Vietnam is a lot of jungle, and so it'd be also very dense and leafy and overgrowth and all this other stuff, so it could be a cool option for aesthetic graphics, but I don't know if it'd be like a long run thing like Battlefield 4 has been, mostly because with support from Hardline sucking. So that's pretty much all for this part of the video. Now, I want to discuss a little bit on the CSGO ranking system. Now, as you all know, Valve did a ranking update, and the ELO system that they use for your ranks, your icon that you have is not your actual rank. That's how they help you relate to what you are. But there's an ELO level, and just research ELO skill level, I think is what you should research if you're looking for what it actually is. But it was used in chess a long time ago, and Valve has interpreted their own system into Counter-Strike. Now, they've basically tweaked the ELO level to the peak player that was originally, I think, MGE, so around Master Guardian Elite. Now, I don't think that they've tweaked it properly, because it seems like a lot more people are deranking a lot more than they should have. There's been some cases of extreme deranking, so a guy has a 7-day ban, and he comes back and he's gone from DMG to Silver Elite just because he was banned for 7 days, and they dropped his rank that drastically. Now, also, I don't think Valve thought about this completely, where it's going to be smurfing season, so at this point, they've aided the Smurfs in getting down to Silver, and I would say that there's more Smurfs in Silver than there are actual Silver players at this point. Mostly because they just had the Steam Winter Sale, so it's going to be all Smurfs in that level now, because they just want to wreck everyone down there, and it's just going to make a lot of people in the Silver levels just really shitty and just leave the game, and I think they're going to actually hurt Counter-Strike's reputation a little more than they have. And my friend says that they've changed the ranking system back to what it was. I see no signs in that. I still see people deranking left and right. I deranked again from Gold Nova 2 to Gold Nova 1. And so I think that Valve, you really need to change this back to something, because it's not working where it's at, because you did it at the worst possible time with the smurfing season coming right around. So, if anything, change it back. Well, guys, that's pretty much all for this video. I know it's going longer than my normal videos, but I do hope that you do enjoy this. Also, one last thing. The new CSGO op should be coming out soon. If you want to check out the maps they've selected for that, I think they're available on the Counter-Strike's official website, so or counter-strike.net, I think. I don't know the exact address is. I'll have that linked in the description. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Drop a like if you enjoyed it. Dislike it if you did not. I'd like to hear your comments on the whole ranking system. And also, what do you guys think about what the next Battlefield will be? Because they've said it's not going to be a cops and robbers theme, so that kind of leaves it at the broad military. So, I'd like to hear, do you think it's going to be World War II, 1 theme, or Modern Warfare, or Future Warfare? Tell me what you guys think. I want to hear. So, without further ado, guys, I hope you enjoy, and I'll be back on campus tomorrow, so I'll be streaming then. So, I wish you all a happy, safe travels back to campus, and also, be safe at school, finish out your school year strong, and without further ado, guys, happy gaming, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Guys, what's up?